Good morning and welcome to today's vlog. Today is on Tuesday. I'm heading out, of course, from the way I'm dressed. I do have a client delivery. I thank God because this week, and part of last week, I've been mostly outdoor, and I really appreciate the fact that God has come through for me because I hate being in the house. Like it gets me depressed because that way I know I don't have money. Like when I'm constantly in the house, I know there's no money, nothing is moving. So when I'm constantly moving up and down, I know at least like I'm doing something. So at least my business is beginning to pick up again. I have a delivery. The client paid yesterday. It's a parcel. uh Normally I would just choose pick up mtaani, but I didn't have a good experience with them the last time I delivered a parcel with them. For doorstep delivery, I can say they are at least efficient, but when it comes to my parcel delivery, like I don't know if it's just me. It was just that day when it happened, but there was a time I delivered a parcel with them, and it took 3 days to get to the client. Apparently, since I dropped it at my local agent, they had not come to pick it up from the agent. So the client kept asking, "Where's my package? When will I receive it?" And I was not happy with the service of the parcel delivery from them. So I made a promise to myself that the next time I get a parcel delivery, which is outside Nairobi, I'm definitely going to deliver it myself, because that way I'm sure the client will either receive it on the same day, depending on what time I send it, or probably early the next day. So I'm not going to risk it again. So I'd rather pay the transport fare. Niende tao, I go get the package delivered, get the receipt, send it to the client myself, and then they can let me know once they receive the package. So yeah, that's why I have decided to like just go and do the delivery myself. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything much I'm doing in town today. But of course, I'll let you guys know if there is. I might bring you in. uh I've tried to dress a bit warmly because it was raining in the morning, and I'm not willing to risk my health because I noticed I have an allergic, like I'm allergic to cold. I think it's because I've been exposing myself to cold for the longest time since I was in primary. By the way, I was the girl, I was the student who was always natwanga sweater when others have their sweaters on and it's raining outside. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I didn't feel cold at the time. But usually the long term effects, you'll start seeing them eventually. So nowadays, if I'm exposed to cold kidogo, I start having pains in my rib areas. I don't want to die. I've not even done much with my life yet. I'm just starting out. I just turned 25, and I have a young one who looks up to me. Anyway, so it's 11 a.m. I had promised the client I'm sending the package early. My plans were to get out of home earlier, but it's never too late as long as I send it today. So it's around 11 a.m. I want to go and send it now, and then come back home. I have work to do, not business related, but there are some things I need to clear, like declutter in terms of clothes and what have you, to create space, because I want to do like a new arrangement in our bedroom. It's too tiny, so the least I can do is try and declutter the clothes we don't use and maybe give out, and some we can do away with, because there's no point in giving someone something that is looking. So most are in good condition. I might come and just sort them out, give them out. I don't know where or to who, but I think we do have a children's home nearby where we live. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also going to go and get my my nose ring. It fell off while I was in town. On that same day, I got a Kamina accident, the one I was telling you guys about. That is the same day it fell out. Hiyo siku ilikuwa tu na ish zake. Anyway, naweza ongea. Yeah, it's usually 50 shillings, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna get one when I'm going to town. And then I also usually have this piercing. I've worn a blue one, the one with a plastic nini, but I don't quite like it. It's too long, and then inanidunga, it's getting uncomfortable, so I have to get a smaller one. So I'm getting two. Hopefully I get the small size, because I don't like the big ones. I feel like they look weird. They are too much. Anyway, too much of talking. Now let's head out.
1,000 years later.
I am finally back home. It's been minutes since I think like an hour. Actually, it's been an hour long since I got back home. I didn't take you guys along because I was afraid to film with my new phone in town, of course. But actually, there's nothing much I did. I just dispatched the package, and then I went to run a few errands which I had told you about, which include me getting this too small Lily. And funny thing, like there's something about me promising myself something and actually doing it, which makes me so happy. So I was okay. The funny thing, as I was saying, is I had given up on looking for these things because where I usually go, I've never found them. My sister is the one who actually recommended me to go and look there a couple of times back. And every time I went there, I never used to find these small ones. And like I said in the morning, I was hoping to find the small ones, and I actually did. And these were the only two remaining pieces. And thank God I actually got them. So this one is in a different shade, which is like gold, yeah, in a gold shade, and this is a silver color. So I love them, and I hope like I'm gonna take good care of them. I'm really going to try my level best, because if they get lost, I don't know where I'm going to get them again. I don't know if I'm going to be removing them when I sleep, because that is where they mostly get lost, but we'll see. So I wanted to have something to eat because it's been like I'm just so tired, and then my hair is too tight. I just want to get it to loosen it, because since now it has growth, I really have to put in a lot of work to make it look neat, and it's really straining. Like when I'm out there, I look snatched in the head, but let me tell you, I'm suffering inside. So I'm gonna undo the knots. I tied it in a high bun, so I'm gonna undo that, and then yeah, that's more or less what I'm going. Actually, my evening is just equal to evil. There's nothing extraordinary I'm doing for the rest of the day. So yeah, I think let me just go and eat and then reset, because I feel so tired. I've already talked to the client, I've sent them the parcel receipt, and I usually ask my clients to like let me know or inform me once they receive the package. That way I feel like it's best to, like, I have peace of mind, because I've had instances with clients previously, not many, I think like maybe two. It's been a back and forth. I'll maybe give you guys a story time of when I once had, I don't know if I can call them difficult clients. I think I've given one story time. I had another encounter. Me, I like when my things go smoothly. If I'm talking to a client and I've delivered a package, I just let them know that I've delivered the package. I send them the receipt, especially if it's a parcel, and then I ask them to let me know once they receive the package. Anyway, so yeah, I've talked with her and I'm satisfied. At least I know the package is now delivered. Like, I've gotten the message, I've sent her the parcel receipt photo on WhatsApp, and yeah, that's it. So we await for her to receive the package. So let me go and eat, and then I don't know if I'll catch you guys today. There's nothing I'm doing, so I don't know if I'll pick the camera again, because what am I picking the camera to tell you? Anyway, we'll see. If I have anything I need to tell you, or anything comes up, of course I'll pick the camera. But if there's nothing, I'll see you guys tomorrow, because I think tomorrow is when I'll do the declutter. I had promised to come and do the declutter, but I've come home a little bit late, not late as in later than I expected. I was expecting to be in town for like an hour or two. Turns out I was in town for like 4 hours, and then there was so much traffic on my way to town and on my way back. So I'm a little bit fatigued, and I don't think I won't even pressure myself to do the decluttering today. It's not urgent. Tomorrow we might be heading to church. We have a church conference. Normally we usually have annual conferences, and they happen in the month of August. So I have not attended any session so far since it started. Ilianza on Sunday. So today is on Wednesday, tomorrow will be on Thursday. So I'm thinking, actually, if I'm going to declutter, I don't think I'm going to attend the conference. I am not so sure. So if I was thinking I'll go tomorrow, but I don't think it will be possible, because Miles still has to get shaved before Sunday, and I still have to do the declutter before, as in by casual. So I don't think I'll go for the conference. So what happens in the conference is they invite preachers and singers from different countries, of course. And then for the whole week we have different singers, different ministers, different everything. So far so good. My mom is the one who has been going to church for the entire week now. So far so good. Today being Wednesday, they've been in church since Sunday. So like they attend, since Saturday actually. Like every day they have to go early for doing the preparations in terms of cooking, because of the visitors, of course. So she's really been pressing us to go. Okay, we will go Nile. Sometimes lack of proper planning, because sometimes things come up in between the week. So yeah, at least for her, she's been attending. She doesn't have an excuse. She has no reason not to go. For me, I had a delivery today. Yesterday, I didn't do nothing. On Monday, I didn't do nothing. So like, there were reasons why I was not going. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't just stay in the house thing. Okay, by nothing doesn't mean I was just seated and refusing to go. Neither sometimes. Okay, like yesterday, my sister was doing the laundry, so I was the one with the kids. On Monday, I don't know what was happening, but also there was something that was happening. So yeah, today my sister, I was going for a delivery, and my sister was going to school because the schools are closed. She was going to pick the results for the kids, so it takes a lot of time because most parents go during the morning hours. So watu ni wengi, people are so many, and the teachers are few. Like, anyway, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, we for these past few days, it has not been possible for us to attend the conference. It ends on Sunday, and hopefully before Sunday we will have made it to at least 1 or 2 sessions. At least one. Let's commit to one, not two. Maybe one session is enough. Yeah, so enough of talking. Let me go and eat because I feel so drained, and then I'll probably catch you guys tomorrow, because leo nayo sioni. Tomorrow is where it's at. So see you guys tomorrow. Happy Thursday and welcome to this part of the vlog. I have a delivery I have to dispatch, but I don't think I'll make to dispatch it today because we talked to the client yesterday on Instagram. She made payment, but when I asked the number to be indicated on the package and her exact name, apparently she was already offline. So there's nothing much I can do other than wait for her to respond. So I'll probably take it kesho. So I'm delivering the package with pickup Mtani. Like I've mentioned before, we have an agent near where I live. So the only thing remaining is for her to submit the details, and then I can key them in the website and then submit, and then she can pick the item up at in CBD, because that's where I'll drop it off. That's where it will be dropped off rather. So yeah, I've made my hair while in the house, which is not something I oftenly do, but it's because I wanted to shoot some TikTok content for my business page. It's not something I usually do, by the way. I rarely have my face in the pages, in my business pages. Like, I rarely do that. But it's because I'm running a sale. It's a clearance sale for the month of August, so I wanted to model the remaining pieces myself. Normally I do everything by myself anyway, so it's only that I usually just take flat lay photos or photos of the clothes that I sell on my dummy. Like, I rarely model the clothes myself. It's usually very awkward for me to be on camera on my business page. I don't know, for some reason, but I want to make it a routine. So yeah, I've made my hair for that purpose. It's not something I usually do on a daily, by the way. But yeah. Anything else I'm doing? No, other than that. Okay, I was to pack the order with you, but now unfortunately I'm unable to reach the client, so we might be doing that tomorrow. But I wanted this vlog to go up today, so because for orders to be delivered on the same day, especially if you're delivering with your local agent, they have to be dropped by 2 p.m. It's already past 2 p.m, so the order will be dispatched tomorrow. So I will not be able to pack the order with you, but we'll probably do it in the next vlog. So that means I'll have to be starting the next vlog tomorrow. I can't talk. So I wanted to edit this vlog today and post it today because there's nothing much I'm doing, so there's no point of me dragging the vlog for too long. And then anything else I'm doing other than that order, I have another inquiry which I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, it will translate to a sale. That is a client from Marketplace on Facebook. So we're chatting on WhatsApp Business, and I've sent her the photos, so I just need her to come back online and confirm those are the items, and then we can plan for delivery probably tomorrow. Yeah, so this week God has really shown up for me. I really feel so blessed. Like, my business is finally starting to come back to life, and that brings me to the thought of why I quit employment, like for good. So first of all, I have a short story, by the way, which I think I can tell you now. Since I'm running my own business, I think maybe let me give this story to someone who's probably unemployed or still in employment and rethinking the idea of being employed, or unemployed and thinking of what next to do. So here's the thing. I've only all my life, like I've been employed in two companies, like two major companies, because the rest I've just been on contract basis where it's like a month or a few weeks and then my work is done and I'm paid and that's it. Because nime hustle in Nairobi. I've worked in 20, was it in 20? Census ilikuwa mwaka gani? I can't remember. I worked as an enumerator. I think in 2019, yeah, the census ilikuwa 2019. I applied for an enumerator position and I got shortlisted with my best friend. We have hustled with that lady of mine, with that chick of mine. So I got shortlisted and we got the job. And then last year, I enrolled for, I applied for Ikazia elections as a polling clerk, and I also got shortlisted. I got the job. Other than those odd, like not odd, other than those short contract basis kind of jobs, I've had ones where I've worked for like an year plus. So I've only worked in two major companies where I've worked for a longer period of time. So from the first one, which ended, after the first one ended, I got a second job as a digital marketer for a company in Nairobi. So what I loved most about the job is that I didn't have to show up every day at the office. That was perfect because I used to work remotely. I'd only pop in the office like once in a month to take content for the entire month, and then I'll see them the other month, maybe even the month after that. So like I was the one to know which content to post and when. Like I was in control. So apparently they had two social media. Okay, they had two pages, both on Instagram and Facebook. So we had two Instagram accounts and two Facebook accounts. And at first we were two of us. So my colleague was managing the other account and I was managing the new account because the other account was the old one. So all they did is just to revive the old account. So I opened the new account. I did literally everything for that new account, like setting it up and what have you. And yeah, so it was up and running. So I really put in a lot of effort. So by that I mean, like, I will, after I take the content from the shop, I'd come home and do my research and then also like schedule for the entire month. Normally, if I'm given a job, I really put my best foot forward. So what I used to do, like on Sundays, I'd set aside Sundays mostly because they're not as busy. So after church, I'd come home and then schedule work for the entire 26 days of the month because I was not working on Sundays. I used to give myself a day off on Sundays. So 26 days of the month, I schedule work in one day. And not just scheduling, I will do intense research, like I was saying. So if it's because they were selling mostly plumbing items, bathroom accessories, kitchen accessories, and what have you, I would go to the internet and search for real life, like with the photos I have, I'd search for those photos, but now in application, so that the client can see how they will use the item if they were to purchase. So like I thank God for my previous job, not the first one, because it really taught me a lot when it comes to marketing. So I was just more or less applying and learning more on this other job now because they had never had a marketer before. And so I was coming in with all my skills and I was really doing my best. Like I would wake up very early in the morning at 3 a.m. Mostly my work was, after I scheduled, my work was more or less to just confirm if the scheduled posts were actually running. And yeah, so that is more or less what I was doing. I was even doing extra work and I was not even demanding for extra payment. But it got to a point when now things hit the rock because now what happened to me, I was doing my job, but now the problem was on their end because now usually they used to remit payment as salary for on the 10th of every month, and they used to get late. Like they will even pay on the 15th, and that is after so much push and pull. Whew, it was so exhausting. Like every 10th of every month, I have to gather the muscle on how I'm going to ask for my salary, and it's work I've done. Like, come on, it was really too much work and I was not willing. It got to a point, I knew I needed the money and I was desperate, but it got to a point I was like, enough is enough. I am not doing this anymore. I know I need the money, but you don't have to treat me like you're really helping me because in this situation, it's a win-win. I'm making a page active, I'm posting for you, I'm running ads for you, and then all I need for you to do is to just pay me my dues. But that was too much to ask, obviously, because the owners were two, they were brothers. So the older brother was the problem, and this other one was not, like, he was more friendly and easier to talk to than the first one. So whenever I had an issue, I used to go to him. But now the problem is him being the younger one. Of course, the older one, was it the elder one? The older one, he will not listen. Like, if he doesn't want to do it, he won't do it. So it was a real, like, he's the type of person who gives everyone around him headaches. So I got to a point, I just told this the one I was used to talking to, I just told him, you know what, I really appreciated my time working with you, but I think at this point I am so done, because there was a time I had actually quit working with them sometime last year, and then he looked for me because he's, you know, he's at least, as in, he's the type of person who doesn't have the ego and the pride like his brother does. So he came down to my level, and he asked me nicely if I can, you know, go back to working with them because the page was inactive for a long time. Because the first time I left was the same situation. It was because of the same issue of late payment, and I really asked him, like, if this is going to go on, then there's no point of me coming back to work for you. But if things are going to change, then I don't mind. And he was willing to talk to his brother, and I think they worked things out for the first few times, and then it went back to normal. So I went back to working with them, and that was more or less it. So it got to a point when the push and pull came back again, like it reoccurred, and I was so done this time. I can't give two chances. I mean, I don't need the money, bro, but you don't have to treat me the way you do. So may I quit, like, for good. And that has brought me to remember and really appreciate my current state of me being self-employed, because even if I get 50 shillings, even if I get 100 shillings as my profit, imagine that's okay. It's my own money. I've worked for it, and I don't have to work in a toxic environment just to get the money. I know I have bills to pay. Like, for someone who has bills to pay, probably they might be like, let me just be patient, things will get better. There's no point in getting that money and then it is used to take you to hospital because you have pressure or ulcers. It's not worth. But I'm not telling anyone to quit their job. There are those who thrive in employment and there are those who just don't. Like me, I'm at a point where no one can talk me back into employment. Like last month, my business was doing nothing. It was at zero. I was gaining nothing. I had nothing going on, no sales, nothing. Like, I had no phone to even post or do anything. I was just at zero. But at least I was peaceful. In as much as I know I don't have money, and maybe there are things around me that require me to have money, and luckily I'm not paying any bills as of now. The only person I'm taking care of majorly is Miles. I knew for sure it won't be as bad. Like, the toxicity in working environments can really get to you, and right now I can, even if I'm to get back to employment, which of course I won't, I feel like I would be very rebellious because I cannot take rules from someone anymore. Like, I've had it. Imagine I'm done. I don't want someone telling me what to do. I'd rather wake up, get tired doing my job, working for my business, taking photos, because the most tedious process about my job is taking photos. I think that is the most tiresome, but the rewards are to die for. Like, if you get any profits, you're enjoying them all alone. Like, there's no one who's coming to tell you shit. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's the truth of the matter. So, another thing, because my business is still young and there have been some breaks in between where I've not been selling anything, like last month and some few maybe months back when it was a bit dormant. It is still not at its peak yet, and I feel like people really don't appreciate self-employment, especially if it's not bringing in as much money yet. Because, like, for instance, my mom, my dad, my big brother, they keep pushing, oh, you need to look for a job, let this be your side hustle. My friend, I keep telling them, in a good way though, like, I do not want to be my side hustle. I want it to be my main hustle. Like, it's not, I'm not doing this on the side. This is my main hustle. I'm not even compromising, and I'm tired of work environments. And they're telling me, I know they mean well, but imagine I'm not for it. Like, one thing about me, once I set my mind to something, I stick to it. You can't nini me. If I don't want something, I don't want something. But anyway, so yeah, that's more or less about it. I want to now take photos for TikTok, and then probably call it a day and edit this video and post it today. Because what am I doing other than taking content for TikTok? Anyway, so I think I'll close off the vlog here, by the way, actually, because there's nothing I'm doing after I shoot a TikTok video. So thank you so much for watching up until this point. Hopefully the client will respond and I will pack an order with you. I've never packed an order with you, or have I don't remember. If I have, maybe I just forgot. But if the client confirms and sends the nini, I'll show you guys how to, maybe I'll do a screen recording of how I need to pick up mtani, because this will be my second time. Mostly I get doorstep deliveries and for that you don't have to key in the website because the client is paying mostly on delivery. Anyway, so I'll hopefully I start the new vlog tomorrow. I'm not sure, but if I do, well and good, then I'll show you guys as I pack the orders and as I dispatch. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you are not subscribed, please make a point of doing so. And if you are new here, welcome, and I really love you so much. It's awkward to say it at the end of the video, but anyway, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining this new family, joining my family, our family. And if you're not subscribed, make a point. Have I already said that? Okay, if you are subscribed and you've watched up until the end of the video, thank you. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.